we got to see a pretty decent amount of Wesley Snipes as Blade in Deadpool and Wolverine. But of course, there's still a couple things that people wish that we could see in more details. Well, thanks to concept art, we now know exactly what they were going for and what the final design of Blade looks like that was approved. So let's talk about it in terms of a little bit more close-ups and breakdowns, which I like to do. When it came to concept art, we've seen Blade go through quite a few revamps when it came to the MCU return. And well, the final revamp design that was done is what we get in the film, of course. Now, remember, this is still concept art. Concept art, when it gets translated to live action, does have typically a few changes because, again, you got to make some smart decisions in terms of seams, in terms of the lines you put in there, in terms of the actor being able to move. But what we got here is the final design that they came up with for Snipes' return. So let's just start at the bottom and work our way up. Obviously, you see the typical late 90s, early 2000s, the leather pants, nothing much there. As we get to the midsection, you obviously are going to start to see separation, which here is very intelligently black and red. Again, red, a color synonymous with Blade, because, you know, blood. And then you move on to the midsection. You see the marble lines and even, like, the belting in the middle, which I think is funny, almost reminiscent of Captain America suits. And then up on the chest, you obviously got some red around the crest in the middle. You got the shoulder harness, red that connects all of it with some silver to separate it. You got the little shoulder lines there that everybody in the MCU seems to have now, also going down the arms. Overall, it is a very, very MCU design. And I don't mean that as a bad thing, but, like, look at this suit. Look at these lines. Look at the way they go down, like, the bottom of the pectoral and down the abs, and, like, where you would see striations if he was shirtless, right? Just kind of try to picture that, right? Does this remind you of Superman's suit as well? It's literally standard MCU 101 that the DCU is borrowing. And I don't have a complaint. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining or hating it. It's just a uniform that design that works because it looks good. And I absolutely love it. So I'm glad to see this concept art and how it was fully realized, almost literally unchanged in the final design that was represented on film.